Hey, great to see you here. It means you're really dedicated to learning all the skills you can to attract the love of your life into your life. So, today, what we're going to talk about is how childhood trauma can hold you back from attracting and maintaining and keeping an incredible, wonderful, deeply satisfying, intimate relationship. What I'm about to say is going to maybe be a little bit controversial, and some people may not like it. But when it comes to childhood trauma, I really think that we over focus on our past. Now, trust me, I have gone back and looked at my childhood trauma and worked it through. And actually, looking at my childhood trauma hasn't changed a thing. What made my childhood trauma transformed was creating a vision and understanding what my triggers were, understanding why I act or react a certain way in certain situations, and knowing how to really navigate that, especially in my relationship. So when old triggers come up, this happened to me just the other day, I don't go to a therapist anymore. I used to. I don't go to a therapist to talk about it. No, I use the skills that I have learned over time to communicate to my partner what's going on for me. So instead of blaming him for triggering me, I will say, wow, it's so interesting because in this incident, I really, some of the old stuff came back, and what my vision is for our relationship is XYZ, is to move forward, is to feel connected, is to trust. For me, it's always abandonment issues and trust issues and betrayal, all of that stuff. So I make stuff up in my head, and that isn't even true at all. And owning that and getting really clear about what it is that you do want moving forward helps you navigate into what you want rather than looking back at what you don't want. And none of us want to focus on our trauma, except we've been taught that we should. Now, how can focusing on your trauma be helpful? It can be helpful to really unpack, why it is that you are the way you are in certain ways. But once you've done it once, all you have to do is move forward, because the past doesn't really exist. I'm not negating trauma, but why do you want to keep looking at it if really it's going to be with you forever? And you can just integrate it and move forward with better tools to get to your dream relationship, rather than constantly looking in the backseat of your car at what happened to you and staying in victim mode about it. So this might be a little bit controversial. Put in the comments what your thoughts are. I am really speaking from my own experience. I have had some severe childhood trauma, and it's never gonna go away. However, how you approach it and how, when it bubbles up, how you navigate it, that is what you get to change. That is what you have control over. So talking about it, going back to it, connecting every single thing that's happening to you in today's life to your past trauma, it really just keeps you focused on the trauma instead of focused on what you want, which is a fulfilling life, a great relationship, the ability to communicate well. Focus on those things and stop focusing on what bad things happen to you and why you are the way you are. That's not going to help you move forward into what it is that you want in your future self. So an exercise that I give my clients is to vision what it is you want rather than staying stuck in what it is you don't want. So I don't want a man who is narcissistic. I don't want someone who's self-centered. I don't want someone who's a workaholic. Okay? Change that to, my vision is to create a life with a man who's present for me. A man who also wants to grow the same way that I want to grow. A man who can hold space for me when I'm feeling uncertain or insecure or sad or down. Right? That is a vision. What kind of life do you want to build together? Do you want to have a house? Do you want to travel? You know, we often go back into our traumatic past or traumatic relationships and we're really clear on what we don't want. And that's fine. That helps us to know what we don't want. But it usually stops there. We focus on what we don't want. And if you're using any of the laws of the universe, what you focus on grows. What you focus on, you get more of. So if you're focusing on your childhood trauma, your past relationship trauma, you're just going to build the energy around that. Focus on your vision, focus on what you want. Maybe use what you don't want to get really clear on what you do want, and see how your life flourishes and unfolds. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and definitely hit the subscribe button, because I release 2 videos every week and that way you don't miss out. All right, see you in the next one. Bye for now.